Here's the kick, and it's a short kick end over end. Takes a bounce. It's going to roll all the way back to the 25-yard line. Some room up the far side for the return man for the Black Cats. Didn't quite catch who that was. I think it was
Nelson.
Yep, Nelson, 17. LJ Nelson on the return is going to give Herculaneum the football, 1st and 10. Looks like right at the 30. Not quite the 30, closer to the 35. They're going to mark it at the 33. So there we go. 1st and 10 for the Black Cats from there.
Herculaneum showing a spread offense to start the game. This is interesting.
Mixing it up a little bit. Venable out of the quarterback position. We'll go through those offensive starters here in just a second after the first snap. It's a fake handoff. Venable up the middle. Off left tackle now for a couple across the 35 to the 36. About 3 yards picked up there by Venable. He's quarterbacking. His offensive line in front of him includes Eric Pennington, Josh Miles, Jake Lapriere, Garrett Cosma, and Devin Foote. The skilled kids, Brandon Smith at one wide out, Logan Hall at another, and LJ Nelson at one of the others. Nico Brown, we'll see him in the backfield as a fullback from time to time, but Landon Harper will be the guy we'll be calling a lot of tonight.
Jake Lapriere making that jump from quarterback last year to that offensive line this year. He's a good athlete.
You got to be to do that. Out of the gun. Fake handoff, and now Venable's coming to the near side. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's in trouble. He goes down for a big loss. Taken down by big number 71, Nolden.
Antoine Sims got in there. He was about 6 yards into the backfield on that read option to really disrupt that play. And that's how you really mess up an option play, is getting that backfield to disrupt everything.
He takes a loss of about 5 back to the 29-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd and long for the Black Cats, 3rd and 13.
Looked like we were trying to run a naked bootleg to the right. I don't know if he was going to throw that ball or just a run, trying to get him on that misdirection. But Antoine Mosley did a really good job of getting in there and disrupting that.
Nico Smith brought in motion. Back pass is Venable looking over the middle, slings it. He's got a man. He's going to be shy of the first down. No, he didn't hang on to it. He had a man open there for a moment, but it falls incomplete, intended for number 83, Matt Kaufman.
Travion, they have him listed with just one name, had great coverage on that. He was right behind the receiver, and last second he just got those hands wrapped around and pulled his arms down right after the ball hit him.
So it's 4th down and 13. The Black Cats forced to punt. They go 3 and out on the first offensive possession. Punt is away. It's a short kick. It'll take a bounce near the 45, and it's going to stop pretty much right there at the 46. That's where it's down. It'll be good field position for College Prep here in the first quarter of play.
He did have him open. If he could get that ball just a little bit farther out in front of him on that last play, there was a lot of green in front of him. Madison's going to play a man-to-man in that backfield. I guess they feel like they can match up with the speed of the receivers of Herculaneum at this point.
On 46-yard line, make it the 45 for Madison Prep. They come out in an I. Their quarterback, Demisio Williams, is under center. Takes the snap, hands off to the second man through. He's got some room to the near side. He's across the 50-yard line to the 45 and run out of bounds just shy of the 40 in Herculaneum territory.
Good, strong run. He started up the middle in between the guard and the tackle. There was no place to go. The defensive line had clogged that up. Immediately bounces it to the outside, and he breaks that for about 15. It was a nice run.
That was Notori Brown, number 4, getting the run there. 1st and 10 for Madison. Now they hand off to the second back through. Big guy there, but Herculaneum stops him, and they bring him down at the line. He may have gotten a yard on forward progress. They may have actually given that right back to Brown. Notori Brown stopped by Nico Brown on that play.
Yeah, Nico's played really tough at that middle linebacker spot. He does a great job of clogging it up with only 3 down linemen. He's got a lot of responsibility.
Empty backfield out of the gun. Williams throws over the middle. It's almost intercepted. Nico Brown had it go in and out of his hands. It falls incomplete.
Nico Brown was watching the quarterback the whole way there, watching those eyes. The quarterback never looked him up. He stepped right in front of that pass. That could have been very interesting if he could have hauled that one in.
3rd down and 9 for Madison Prep. Empty backfield again for Williams, the quarterback. He's got 2 receivers to each side. Takes the snap, rolls back a couple of steps, looks, fires to the right side, and falls incomplete. Good coverage there by Herculaneum. There to bust that pass up, number 24, Landon Harper. It was intended for Notori Brown. Brings up 4th down. Let's see if Madison decides to punt it.
Their kickoff team, the kick was a little weak. It didn't travel very far, so we'll be curious to see what kind of a punt team they have here and what they can do with a field position game.
They definitely have a different punter out there. It looks like number 58, maybe 52, I think, Harshaw. Yep. Harshaw back at the 45 to punt it away. It's a high kick, and it's backing up Herculaneum. The ball is dropped and picked back up there by Smith. Smith looking for some room to the near side. He's across the 20 down to the 25. Dancing around back there. Didn't find much, but got a few yards.
It looked like Herculaneum was trying to set up that return down the right wing there, but unfortunately after he dropped that ball, that disrupted the timing on all the blocking. So he gave Madison a good chance to get down there. They had 4 or 5 guys in coverage, and there was just no place to go on that one.
9:19 to play, first quarter, no score. Herculaneum gets their second offensive series going from their own 25. Venable out of the gun. He's got Harper with him, and now a timeout was called just before the snap. And it's a timeout by Madison. Madison Bears. That's their mascot, the Bears. They didn't like what they saw from their defense. They had to burn a timeout.
Herculaneum had some sort of a set, or Madison was missing a coverage on an outside guy or something. There was something wrong there because he wanted that timeout desperately because there was something wide open for Herculaneum. He saw something coming he didn't like.
And again, you got to be careful with that. You don't want to fall behind too quickly in a game like this, knowing that, hey, it's win or go home. So if you don't see something right from your defense, you better make a change quick.
No reason to keep timeouts. They don't carry over.
That's right.
Can't use them on the bus ride home.
Sykeston's already jumped off to a 7-0 lead over Farmington. New Madrid actually leading Central 8-7. Cape Central 7-0 leading DeSoto. Those are all in the first quarter. Back from the timeout, Herculaneum ready again. They got 3 receivers to the far side. Venable hands it off. Harper off the left side. Caught up in the backfield. He is able to slip ahead for about 4 yards to the 30.
Madison College Prep had about 3 players in the backfield on that read option. He gave it to him, and we've seen Landon Harper before. He may start out with 2 or 3 yards, but he is a very slick little runner. Next thing you know, he'll be 20 yards downfield. They got to keep an eye on him.
Nearly 1,500 yards on the season. Out of the gun again is Venable. Harper gets the call. Up the middle he goes. He looks to be close to the first down. He might have it. He slips across the 35 to the 36.
DeMarco Young getting a hold of him and bringing him down after a 6-yard gain. They're going to give him the spot on that one, give him the first down.
So Herky went 3 and out the first time they had the football. This time they're able to move the chains at least once. We'll see if this continues. Ball at the 37. 1st and 10 Cats. Harper gets the call again, gets met at the line of scrimmage. Down he goes, no gain. He may have lost one. Madison was ready for that. Just not much of a hole there.
You know, the disruption for Madison has really come on the left side of the defense. The right side of the Herculaneum defense, they're giving up a lot of penetration there from these defensive players where they're getting into the backfield. So I wouldn't be surprised here to see them go back to that left side where they're having a little bit more success running the ball.
7:53 and counting left in this first quarter of play. There is no score. Herculaneum looking at a 2nd down and 10. Harper gets the call again off left tackle. He's able to get to the 40. Shuffles ahead for about 3. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7.
Some of these defensive linemen for Madison College Prep are kind of small and a little bit undersized. They do have 2 big guys up there, but the smaller guys are causing a little bit of problem for Herculaneum. They move around so quickly, they're filling those gaps very fast.
Big 3rd down opportunity here for the Cats, trying to convert on 3rd and 7. This time Venable keeps it himself up the middle, doesn't go very far. A few of those Madison defenders been on that fake to Harper, but not enough of them. They were there to meet Venable, bring him down for a no gain, and maybe got a yard on the forward progress, but nonetheless, it's going to be 4th down here in about 6.
It was a good read, but Torrey Brown didn't bite on. He came up and did a textbook tackle on Tim Venable on that play.
Back to punt are the Black Cats. They get it away. It's a good kick to the far side. It'll take a hop at the 20 and picked up at the 15 by Madison, and a great tackle on the far side by Herculaneum. Shoestring tackle to bring down the return man. Myers was there to make the tackle, trying to make out who it was that was trying to return the football. He's got the long hair that covers up that number. Number 6.
I think we had a flag on the play.
We did.
Justin Myers might have gotten blocked, illegal block in the back, and still made that shoestring tackle.
That's number 6, Jordan Person. He was the return man. And again, that penalty is going to be assessed against Madison. That is the first flag we've seen in this one.
Did you notice that defensive set that Madison's using? They have nobody deeper than 3 yards off the ball. They must have a lot of confidence in their cover guys out on that wing, because if they throw one over the top, there's nobody back there to help with. There's no free safety, no strong safety, nothing.
They are certainly expecting Herculaneum to just run the football all night long. We'll see if that continues. You got to figure Herky's going to find that out and see it here pretty quick.
That's the epitome of loading the box.
Yes.
There's 9 in the box.
Easy. Ball is back at the 14-yard line as Williams is back to throw for Madison. Down on the right side he goes. He overshoots his target, incomplete. It looked like he had a step on his man, number 11 for Madison, or it was DeMarco Young, I believe. But either way, he overshot him.
You got a man showing he's got a nice arm. He just threw that ball about 35 yards, pretty much on a rope. Beautiful spiral. The coverage started out pretty good, but he did outrun him there towards the end, but he overshot that one by about 5 yards.
2nd and 10 for Madison. Williams is going to pass it in the flat near side. He overshoots his man. The ball's going to be going out of bounds at the 10. Certainly, you could have been thinking fumble on that, a lateral pass, but I think it was still a forward throw. It went out of bounds nonetheless, but...
Immediately after the pass, the side judge did put his arm out, but it looks like he did call that a lateral pass. He had his arm out. I've never seen the side judge do that before. I don't know if that means it was a lateral pass, and that's just an out-of-bounds ball now. Because they've marked it back over here.
Yeah, it's a 3-yard loss. So it was a backwards pass. It was a lateral pass. And it falls incomplete, goes out of bounds. And luckily for Madison, they didn't turn it over. Williams looking to throw again. Over the middle it goes. Incomplete. Off the fingertips of the intended target, Brown, for Madison. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Christian Jackson was back there on that coverage trying out of a strong safety spot. He saw that ball coming, and then it was high. He just held off on the hit and waited for the ball, and as soon as those fingertips hit it, he immediately hit him right in the legs and brought the receiver down. That was excellent coverage. Watched the ball the whole way.
Good timing. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. But he timed it up pretty good. It's 4th down, actually, and 13 for Madison. Their punter is going to be standing back at the goal line to kick it away. There's a hold on Madison. Herky's going to decline it to bring up 4th down. So there was actually a flag. I didn't see it.
I missed the flag myself. See what kind of field position they can actually get out of this. Their punter actually hit a nice punt the last time.
Yes, he did. Smith is back deep. It's a line drive kick. Takes a hop at the 30 across the 40, and it's going to roll completely dead. Now Herculaneum just touched it. Smith is able to jump on it and save a possible turnover. It went off the foot of one of the Herculaneum defenders. And luckily Brandon Smith saw that and pounced on the football to stop it right then and there.
Great heads-up play there to cover for his partner. He actually turned around the block, hoping that his teammate would actually pick the ball up, and he actually kicked it with the back of his foot.
Yep, with the heel.
Yep, his teammate did a great job of covering up for him and getting in there and diving on that football. And Herculaneum's got good field position on this one.
Absolutely, on their own 44. Or, excuse me, the Madison 43, pardon me. Venable out of the gun. Takes a snap, and he's going to keep it himself, and he's not going anywhere. Stood up at the 45. He's going to lose 2 yards. Madison got a good push up front.
Especially that left side of their defense. They've got the big man over there, their biggest player on the team, 74. He's a pretty good-sized young man. He's Levi Stockard. He's towering over everybody on this field. He's got to go about 6'4", 6'5". The rest of the guys might be a little undersized, but they're doing a phenomenal job on the left side of that defense, not giving Herculaneum any space to move.
So far, Herculaneum has not been able to get that running game going. It's 2nd down and 12. Venable back to pass, throws over the middle. He's throws incomplete, out in front of his intended target, a little bit too far. He was trying to hit Kaufman again. He missed on a pass to Kaufman in the first series of the game. Brings up 3rd down.
The coaching staff here and Coach Cook are obviously aware of this defensive set there. They're trying to get that quick hit to the slant receiver. They run the same pattern 2 times. Just a slant in is all it is. And they're trying to catch him in the seam and hit the ball so he can run with it after the catch, because there is nobody back there. Their entire defense is within 4 yards of the ball.
Still no score in this one if you're just joining us. We've seen a lot of punts on both sides. Venable's going to keep it himself, that direct snap, and he has nowhere to go. Just back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That'll bring up 4th.
Once again, that left side of Madison was ready to play. They're getting some really good push off the snap, and they're shutting down everything from the center all the way out to the left end. It's pretty much closed down.
We are under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. There is no score, and Herculaneum will be punting for the 3rd time. And we got a flag, and they blow the punt dead. Punt man is Brandon Smith, number 11.
One of the things that we definitely noticed this year, the kicking games, all the teams have really improved. Last year, kicking was, you almost didn't want to watch the kicking game last year. This year, it's really improved. The punt and the kickoffs have improved across the county. It's nice to see that those games the football game is becoming complete.
That was a penalty against Madison, so it's 5 yards the other way to the 40, but still, Herculaneum will be forced to punt here. Smith lets it fly. It's a high, short kick, end over end, dangerous kick. Now it's going to take a Herculaneum bounce inside the 15. It'll be down there at the 14. It's funny you bring up the kicking game. Really, I suppose when you look across the board last year, you kind of had Travis Sproul of Festus, and then not much else after that.
No, Travis was an exceptional kicker, though. He definitely wasn't the rule. He was definitely the exception to it. Travis was a phenomenal kicker. Had a great leg, that soccer-style kick. He could put it out the back of the end zone, no problem. But this year, everybody seems to have some form of a kicking game. It was pretty brutal last year trying to watch some of the kicking game.
Good to know that's gotten better. Empty backfield here for Williams as Madison begins the next drive. From their own 14-yard line, back to pass Williams, flushed it out to the right side, throws, he's got a man open, and some room across the 40-yard line to the 45, a 1st down and plenty more on that completion to Notori Brown.
Got him for about 28 yards on their first completion of the game. They've thrown 6 passes, and they finally completed one. That was a good job there. They came over. They had an over-under pattern. It looked like confusion, actually. There were 2 players standing there. He just out-jumped him, but now, never mind.
We're coming back. We got a flag. We've got a flag. A good completion, but it's not going to hold up. It was a block in the back, an illegal block on Madison.
So instead of a 26, 28-yard gain, they back it all the way up, and now it's a 5-yard gain after the penalty.
It's 1st and 5. So they did get some positive yards out of that. Williams is going to run it himself now. He's got room to the near side of the 25, and he is hammered down around the 29-yard line. We do have a flag thrown again at the 21.
That looked like a design draw play, and he was looking for a gap on the left side of his offensive line. Unfortunately, the slot receiver who's supposed to get out there and seal the guys to the outside, the Herculaneum player got around him, and he just went with him and just pushed him right in the back as he was trying to make the tackle. Easy call for the side judge on that one.
Hold against Madison. They'll back him up 10 yards from the spot. It's still going to be a first down, but it's going to be first down and 13 now instead of a 1st and 5. It's 10 yards from the spot. So we go back to the 11-yard line. Williams back to pass, flushed forward out of the pocket. He's got a little room to run. Nico Brown tracks him down. Makes the tackle at the 15, holds him to a short gain. Travis Sproul, by the way, as we brought him up earlier, he is kicking at Lindenwood now.
Lindenwood got themselves a very good young man and a nice athlete and one heck of a kicker.
No doubt. 2nd and 9. Williams looking to throw again. Heaves it to the right side. He's found a man, and it is going to be a nice tackle, open field tackle there by Herculaneum. Brown, Nico Brown, that is, back in the mix on that tackle, but there is some positive yards picked up there by Madison. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. That pass good for about 7 yards.
Madison Prep has thrown 7 passes so far for a total of 12 yards, even though they had a 30-yard completion. That penalty is just killing them right now.
Williams now going under center. He's going to run it up the middle on a keeper. Forward progress will get him the first down, so Madison Prep is going to move the chains.
It was a good job of getting behind the big center and just pushing. Herculaneum had it read well. The push was on the college prep side, and they got the 3 yards they needed to get the first down.
No score in this one with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, under 3. Empty backfield again for Williams. 3 receivers to the near side. He's looking to pass. Over the middle it goes. It's picked off. Intercepted by Nico Brown. Returns to the 20-yard line. There is a flag as well.
Second time they tried to throw in Nico Brown's coverage territory. He's playing that zone out of that middle linebacker spot. It's against Madison. This should stand as an interception.
Absolutely. They'll decline the penalty and keep the turnover, of course.
Nico Brown was going to miss 2 of those in one night. That one, both hands look like a receiver back there out of that middle linebacker spot. Snagged it, picks up about 8 or 9 yards after the interception. Herculaneum's got their best field position of the night.
Believe it or not, that's the first pick of the season for Nico Brown.
He plays so well out of that linebacker spot. He's a zone defense on pass plays. I'm surprised that's his first.
1st and 10 at the 20 for Herculaneum after the turnover. See if they can capitalize. Venable to Harper up the middle. Nowhere to go. No gain. Madison gobbles him up. Stops him at the line.
Big Levi Stocker, the biggest player on the field tonight at about 6'5". They're just having a heck of a time moving him out of the way.
No question. He's a big kid out there.
He's got to go a good 6'5", 6'6".
Herculaneum trying to find a way, hoping that the first turnover of this ball game might lead to some points.
Good teams, that's what they do. You get that turnover, you got to make them pay now. You got to put points on the board.
Black Cats lining up. They had Nico Brown in motion. Now they give to Harper. He's trying to get to the edge near side. He's run down at the 20. Brought down again. No gain. Great job of pursuit by the Bears.
Torrey Brown finally ran him down from behind, and there's no gain on that play. But the entire left side of that defense really did a good job of stringing that play out and pushing him all the way to that sideline so he couldn't turn the corner and move upfield.
A minute and a half left in this first quarter. No score between Herculaneum and Madison College Prep. Class 2, District 2, first round here in week 10 of the high school football season. And Herculaneum's going to burn a timeout. We'll take a break with them. Again, there's no score in this one. You're listening to high school football on 1400 KJFF.
Hi, this is Suzanne Seek, your auction chairperson for the Jefferson County Family YMCA, inviting you to stroll down Candyland Lane with us on Saturday, November 22nd at the Best Western in Festus. This holiday-themed dinner auction features a catered dinner, open bar, live and silent auction, raffles, and lots of fun. With hundreds of auction items, this event is a great opportunity to get some holiday shopping done, all while supporting a charitable cause. For more information, call 931-9622.
The Madison Shop, with locations in Festus and Peebly, is committed to providing the residents of Jefferson County with much more than just prescription refills, like free local delivery, automatic refills, and reminders, diabetic and medical equipment, and the personal service that you deserve, just to name a few. That's the Madison Shop Pharmacies, across from the post office in Festus and on Commercial Boulevard in Peebly, caring beyond prescription.
Venable out of the gun as we return to action here at Dugan Memorial Field. They're going to give it to Smith, or Nelson rather, running an end around left side. He's trying to get to the edge. He's run out of bounds around the 15. Inside the 15, I should say. He got close to the 10. About the 12-yard line is where they run him out. He's close to a first down. It looks like he's hurt on the sideline.
Landon Harper finally got out there on that left side and sealed their defensive end so that he could actually get around that corner. There was a good blocking scheme right there by Herculaneum coming in out of the timeout.
See if Nelson is okay as they tend to him on the sideline. LJ's been busy in this one. He saved a possible turnover earlier, pouncing on that punt. And he's going to be helped off the field, but he's under his own power. He should be okay, just a little shaken. He'll have to sit out this next play, though, with 1:10 remaining in the first.
In this field position with no scoring on this thing, I'm not going to be one bit surprised if Herculaneum doesn't go for it here.
Absolutely. Fourth down and about 2.5.
On the 12, 13-yard line, right in between the two. If nothing else, you put him in horrible field position.
That's true. And Madison has not proven that they can really move the football consistently. Neither team has.
With 8 passes on the board and 4 runs, it looks like they're really just trying to find that one spot where they can break somebody loose.
Venables got Harper with him in the backfield, out of the gun. Gives to Harper, running to the near side, trying to get to the edge. He's got it to the 10-yard line, to 5. Touchdown. Harper runs it in on a 4th and 3. He takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
We got to give a lot of credit to number 5, Matt Lodike from Herculaneum. They ran that read option in the back. He takes off around the outside. Lodike cracks down from that wide receiver spot and just absolutely sealed 2 or 3 players from Madison College Prep off so that Nelson could turn the corner, or Harper could turn the corner and break that run.
Extra point attempt, and a flag is thrown as the kick is away.
If this is on Herculaneum, this will actually be their first penalty of the game.
And it is offside on Madison. So Herky might want to rethink this and perhaps go for 2. Looks like that's what they're going to do.
I think Coach Cook heard you. I've got Madison for 6 penalties, 47.5 yards already here in the first quarter, and Herculaneum has no penalties.
12-yard run from Harper breaks the scoreless tie. Now Herky's going for 2, and they're not going to get it. They try to give it to Nico Brown, the fullback, and no go there. Herculaneum is stopped short of the end zone, so it is a 6-0 Herculaneum lead. 1:03 remaining in the first quarter. We're back in 60 seconds for the kickoff on KJFF.
Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto is a great place to get everything you need for any occasion in your life. From a great selection of food, including a fresh deli and bakery, to all the latest trends in clothing, electronics, housewares, hunting supplies, and more. And special occasions, Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto stocks everything that you need for birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, and more. Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto. Always a good choice. Save money, live better, Walmart.
Forget everything you thought you knew about buying tires and hurry in and see the gang at Plaza Tire in Festus. Why? Because Plaza Tire customers enjoy Plaza Tire's lowest price pledge. Plaza Tire service will match or beat any competitor's total tire purchase on any comparable tire. Plus tires anytime with hundreds of tires in stock. No appointment necessary on tire installations. That's Plaza Tire, the quick change artist located at 301 Festus Center Drive in Festus.
Herculaneum kicking off to Madison. It is a line drive kick to the left side and out of bounds. That brings the flag. That was just a miss kick.
Yeah,
Right
if you're
off
the
side of his
kicker,
foot.
yeah, you go down and you tell the coach, hey, the breeze blew it right off the tee just as I was going to kick it. There's not much I can do about that, coach. No, there is no breeze, but still, that's what you go with.
That's what you say.
Oh, yeah, that's what you go with. Either that or you just don't even look at the sideline. You just go back in the huddle and don't even look at the coach.
There you go. That'll give Madison the football, I think, at the 35?
On the penalty, it would be on the 35. It looks like they're going to accept the penalty or where it went out of bounds.
Yeah, they might want to do that.
I'm looking down at Herculaneum's
A couple
sideline.
yards sooner.
Their big 6'2", 300-pounder Tommy Mize is on the sideline on crutches. I'm sure that Coach Cook would like to have him out there trying to go at it with Levi Stockard, the big man from Madison College Prep.
Yeah, they declined the penalty. They'd rather have where the football went out of bounds, which is at the 30, about the 37. That's where Madison will take it, down 6-0 to Herculaneum.
Going back to that I set, which they haven't done since the first series.
Yeah, you're right. It's been all shotgun since. They give to the deep man, Brown to the near side, to the 40, and brought down at the 39. Check that, the 41. He picks up about 4. Yeah, he's a pretty good load. I'm surprised they haven't gone to him a little more often.
He had that first run of about 20 yards to start the game.
He's the deep man in the eye, yes, yet again. Williams under center. They go. Nope, he fakes it. Williams off to the right side this time. Cuts it back in, spins away from one tackler, now gets stood up just shy of the 50. His progress gets stopped, so they blow the whistle. They mark him at the 49. It is a first down run for Madison.
Nice little misdirection play. They made him think they were going right back to that left side again where they've been having a little bit of success. And then he bootlegs out and rolls around on the right. And they gave him the first down spot on that one.
Something Madison has not been able to do very often, and that's move the chains.
They almost seem content to look for that one big play.
And they go to Brown yet again, running off the right side. He's carrying Black Cat defenders with him, still on his feet, finally run out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Impressive, powerful run by Brown of Madison, and that's going to be the last play of the quarter.
That was an exceptional run. That gives him 21 yards on 3 carries. They had him dead to rights about 2 steps after his offensive line. He broke the first 2 tackles and then just started dragging players with him. Good leg power, good drive on that one. Just keep moving and pick up 15.
So that'll be it for the first quarter of play. It's Herculaneum on top 6-0. We'll take a break and head to the second quarter after a 30-second break on KJFF. 6-0, Herculaneum leading Madison Prep Academy. Class 2, District 2, first-round action of the high school football playoff system. Madison Prep just moved the chains for a first down. 1st and 10 at the Herculaneum 37-yard line. Now they're going to kind of a power I formation. They give to the next man through. That's Brown yet again, moving around a couple of defenders running left. Now a flag comes in as he is brought down inside the 30-yard line. He got tackled around the 28, but we'll see about the penalty flag.
Nico Brown got in there, got around those legs. He's slick. He's got very good lateral movement while he's running, but this one's coming back.
Another penalty against Madison. This will negate a pretty good 8-yard run or so by Notori Brown.
That's the second good run he's lost because of an illegal block.
Going to go back to that I guess you could almost say it's a power I formation. You have an I formation. They also have a fullback off to the right side. Williams takes a step, pitches to Brown in the backfield. He's across the 40. Herculaneum meets him, and they bring him out of bounds at the 41. They're up to the task to stop him there. He's going to have no gain on that play. It's going to be second down and about 12.
Herculaneum did exactly what they're supposed to do. They just stretch the play out until he's got no more room to learn. He can't make that turn to go upfield, and then Landon Harper comes around the backside on the pursuit, brings him down, takes him out of bounds.
Nicely played. Now they go back to the shotgun. Williams takes the snap. He's looking left to throw. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Throws across the middle. Nearly picked off. Falls incomplete. Nearly taken away by Landon Harper.
Looks like we got an illegal procedure penalty here.
So we're going to take the penalty yardage. I think that's what Herculaneum just indicated. And they will.
Back him up to the second, all the way to no run.
It'll be second down and about 17 after that penalty. Ball is back on the 44-yard line. Madison College Prep, not a very big team in terms of roster numbers. They got 3 receivers to the left side. Now they move a tight end in from the back. Williams back to pass, pump fakes, throws over the middle, and he's short, incomplete. He had a man there, but didn't get enough on the pass.
It looked like Garrett Cosman was right there really pressuring him. I don't know if he got a hand on that arm as he tried to throw that, but if he didn't, he was right there pressuring him. Good job by Cosman on that play.
6-0, Herculaneum on top. We're in the second quarter with 10:24 to play before halftime. Williams out of the gun yet again. Gets the snap, looks to throw, slings it quickly. He's got a man across the middle, room to the left side now. Still on his feet, and he's run out of bounds, shy of the first down. That was a pretty good catch and run there. Just a short pass over the middle, and then Person was able to do the rest of it. And he's able to pick up about 10 yards on that reception. But he is shy of the first.
It was a great job of setting that play up, too, because his other 2 receivers out of that bunch formation, they were looking for the downfield blocks on that play.
Fourth down and about 4. They are going for it. Madison Prep trying to extend this drive. Williams back to the pass, looks. Flush out of the pocket now, slings it. He's got Person yet again. He's to the 25-yard line, tackled near the 20, and he's got enough for the first down. Fourth down and 4. Madison goes for it, and they get it.
Good pickup, about 10 yards on that play. That's the responsibility. Unfortunately, Nico Brown out of that middle linebacker spot has to try to cover that receiver out of the backfield. That speed can be a problem if that quarterback has that much time and he's trying to cover a running back.
Williams flushed, has to dump it off near side, and a good open field tackle there by Herculaneum. They bring him down for a short gain. They're able to get it to the fullback, Antoine Sims. He only gets 2 yards on the catch. Second down and 8.
His first catch of the night on the dump-off pass there. Good job to pick up 2 by him.
Now Williams is going to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes on the keeper. And he's able to lunge ahead for a couple. He got about 3 yards there. It's going to be third down and 5.
DeMarco's picked his spots to run the ball well. I've got him for 4 carries, about 15 yards.
Out of the gun, Williams. Now he's going to look to throw. Looking left. Throws over the middle. He's got a man. He's got Person again. He makes the catch inside the 5-yard line. Down to about the 3. And that's going to set up a first and goal for Madison.
Apparently Person is his favorite receiver. He's got 4 catches for about 30 yards here in the first half.
Williams is going to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes, and he's not going to get there. He gets stopped short of the goal line.
Herculaneum went into that defense, that goal line defense, stacked it up, and they just absolutely piled it up right there at the line.
It's going to be second and goal from the 1. Williams will come under center. And you know he's going to try to just lunge forward for it. And he didn't get there. He is stopped again at the goal line. It's going to bring up third and goal.
Third and goal, and they are so close. The referee is standing there with his feet together. It is third and twice times double E shoes.
Certainly they don't have too far to go to break the plane. Williams is now going to work out of the gun. Nope, there he goes back under center. Takes a snap. He's going to try to run to the near side, and he's going to be stopped again. He tried to run it over to the near side. Herculaneum got a good push off that left side, and they stopped him, and they brought him down for a short loss.
Landon Harper literally just snuck underneath of the offensive line and got a hold of him and brought him down in the backfield.
Madison calls a timeout as it's going to be fourth and goal from the 1. We'll take a break with them as well. We'll bring it back in 30 seconds. Herculaneum in the first half still has a 6-0 lead over Madison on KJFF.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the people of Missouri. We're for kayakers, car dealers, grocery baggers, and mail carriers. We're for teachers, preachers, students, and singers. Armed service members, you bet we're for you. We're for people who shake your hand and say hello, not because they know you, but because they don't. We're for brewmasters, stockbrokers, beauty queens, and truck drivers. And don't worry, we're still for farmers too. Whatever you do, if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
See Alan Depew, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent in Crystal City. If you're in Jefferson County, Alan's got you covered.
It's going to be a fourth down and goal coming up for the Madison Prep Bears. Herculaneum with a 6-0 lead. Herky trying to keep them out of the end zone. Keep the shutout going here in the first half.
This could be one of those real morale builders. This could be a turning point, one of those pivotal points in the game right here.
I formation for Madison. Williams under center. Gets the snap. Give is to Brown, and he's going to walk into the end zone. He had a good hole off that left side. In he goes for the touchdown for Madison. There is a flag.
Both side judges.
And it is an illegal procedure against Madison and called the touchdown back. Oh boy, 5 yards back they go, and it's going to be fourth down and goal from about the 6.
9th penalty of the night. Madison College Prep is basically shooting themselves in the foot and keeping themselves off the board here.
Boy, oh boy. You know, Madison might actually like being a little bit further back from the goal line now. They stick with the I formation. Brown, the deep man. Williams is going to go to him on the handoff, looking for some room up the middle. Herculaneum meets him near the goal line, but he slipped in. Touchdown. He was just able to break the plane on the second effort. Touchdown, Madison.
They ran Nico Brown on a blitz right up the middle, and he had a little bit of a shot at it. They got just enough of a chip on him to break him loose so that he could pick up the 5-yard he needed and punch it in.
Let's see what Madison does on the conversion attempt. For now, they've tied it at 6. And they are going to kick. So they're going to go for the lead with the extra point. Not going for a 2. And the kick is nowhere close, but we had a flag and a penalty way before the snap even took place. And we have got illegal procedure on Madison again, so they're going to have to kick it from further back.
It's unfortunate. I'm sure Herculaneum would like to decline it because they had a great push up the
Yes,
middle.
they did.
A pile of people on that ball.
And there's no question that was going to be blocked.
They had such a good push, they almost beat the ball back to the guy who was going to spot it.
Back to the holder.
The holder. Thank you.
Now they're just going to run a play here and try to go for 2. Empty backfield for Williams, the quarterback. To scratch the extra point, let's just go for 2. He's back to pass, looking left. over the middle, and it's intercepted by Landon Harper. He wanted to return it, but it's a play that's dead as soon as it didn't happen. So Herculaneum stops him to keep the game tied at 6.
Great play by Landon Harper to pick that off and prevent the 2. Fortunately for Herculaneum, they actually missed an assignment. Madison College Prep had a prayer over in the left corner. They absolutely missed. He was yelling at his quarterback after that play. He wanted that pass even though it was just for 2.
Would have given Madison Prep the lead. Instead, we stay tied at 6 as they get set to kick off. We'll take a quick 30-second break and kickoff to the Black Cats coming up. You're listening to High School Football on KJFF.
Hi, this is Ken Waller, your Jefferson County Executive. On November 4th, please help me continue to make Jefferson County work for you. I've balanced our budget every year. I've lowered the county property tax rate. I've doubled our county's reserves in just over 3 years, and I've increased funding for our first responders. It would be an honor and a privilege to once again serve as your county executive. I ask you to cast your vote November 4th so I can take the first step in continuing to deliver results for our county.
Paid for by citizens to elect Waller. Flo Penrod, Treasurer.
7:26 to play in the first half, and a return by Herculaneum. Madison was kicking the squib kick there, and luckily Herculaneum was able to keep it there. That was an interesting play.
L.J. Nelson, he was injured earlier. I guess they got him taped up. He's feeling all right. They got him back out there to return that kick. Good field position, though. They're back up on the 32, 33-yard line to start this drive again.
Madison has tied the game up at 6. As Herculaneum brings their offense back out, Herculaneum was able to score the first points of the game, basically off a turnover. An interception by Nico Brown eventually led to the first score of the night, but Madison has tied it up, and we've got movement by Herculaneum. Nelson moved too soon out of the wide receiver spot on the near side.
It's only the second penalty of the night for Herculaneum. The only other one was when the shanked kick went out of bounds, which is an automatic spot at the 37-yard line for Madison. That led to their score, and this is their first legitimate penalty out of an offensive set here tonight for 5 yards.
7:17 to play in the half. Knotted up at 6 apiece. Herculaneum went 5 yards back of the penalty, 1st and 15. Ball spotted on the 27. Ten Venable takes the snap, gives to Harper. Looking for some room up the middle. He gets a couple of yards back to the 30. Only about 3 yards there. He'll still bring up 2nd down and 12.
There's that speed coming in. He actually came from that cornerback spot to try to seal the left side, which forced Harper back to the inside and then actually made the shoestring tackle himself.
6-3 record through the regular season by Herculaneum. This Madison team went 2-6. Venable out of the gun, goes to Harper again, following his lead blocker Brown. He's able to get across the 30 to the 33 before being brought down. Only about 3 yards of the 3 yards picked up there. It'll bring 3rd down and about 9.
We got Landon Harper for about 9 carries, 30 yards. He's got the 1 touchdown, but this defensive line has done a good job of keeping him bottled up tonight. I'd be curious to see if they wear down a little bit as Herculaneum just keeps pounding at him.
I'm sure that is what they're trying to do, no question. I think that was their plan from the get-go. But how long will it take? Harper's off the right side this time. Venable with the fake. He came near side. Harper had the ball running right, and he doesn't go very far. He lost a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th and down. Black Cats will be forced to punt.
Madison College Prep is the first time I've ever seen that defense in a 3rd down situation. They had absolutely all 11 players lined up on the line of scrimmage. The wide receivers are man-to-man. The other 8 guys are all right there in the box looking for that run.
Smith is ready to punt. He's standing back at the 20. Lets it fly to the far sideline, now coming across the middle. Takes a couple of bounces, now picked up at the 35-yard line by Madison up to the 40. Is Person, I believe that is. And he is brought down by Logan Hall at the 40-yard line. Still decent field position here for Madison. And they're going to try to orchestrate a drive to get themselves the first lead of the night. And they got a lot of time still to do it. 5:23 remaining in the first half.
I'll be curious to see if Herculaneum stays with this 3-down lineman set because they're not getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, Williams. He's got quite a bit of time back there, and that's difficult to keep receivers covered for that long, no matter how good of a job you do. If you're going to try to cover one guy for 4 or 5 seconds at a time, that's tough to do.
And you talk about wearing yourself out. That's where it could happen. Williams out of the gun. He's got one man in the backfield with him. That's Brown. He's back to pass. He looks for Brown. He throws it complete. Threw it behind him. Brown was open there for a moment near the 45, but the ball was thrown behind him. Incomplete, second down and 10.
Williams went 2 for 9 on his first 2 passes for a total of 12 yards, and then he hit 4 in a row on that scoring drive. Now, this time, 34 for Herculaneum. Sawyer Wilfong was getting good pressure from this left side on him. He had to get rid of it a little quicker than he wanted to.
Williams out of the gun again. Now it'll be an empty backfield as Brown is in motion to the near side. Looking to throw. He's got a man here on the near side, met by Hoffman immediately after he makes the catch. But it is a completed pass, hitting number 10, DeMarco Young. Not enough for the first, but a good solid pickup there of about 7 yards.
It was a nice play. His for 8 yards. Excellent textbook tackle out here on the outside in the open field to keep it at 8 yards.
It's third down and about 2.5, 3 yards. Empty backfield. Williams back to pass, looking left, slings it. Nobody there, falls incomplete. He was looking for Person. He was taken off downfield. Looked like it must have been a comeback route. He kept going.
Mauricio Williams, he saw Sawyer Wilfong coming again from his right side. He had to get rid of that ball faster than he wanted to. It looked like he was looking for somebody to go to the flat, which is where he threw it, but both of his receivers were running post patterns down the left side of the field.
Fourth down coming up for Madison. And it looks like they're going to set up the punt.
With the speed that they've shown us tonight, I wouldn't be surprised to see them fake a punt here at some point.
Not this time. Oh, my goodness, just a kick that goes directly straight up into the air. It does take a Madison bounce to the 34 before it's down there. Not much of a punt by Madison.
He kicked that up to eye level, and we're up in the press box. Unfortunately, it only went 7 yards past the line of scrimmage. He did get a 10-yard bounce. Unfortunately, when you hit a punt like that, the same rule applies. You just go get back in the huddle. You don't even look at your sideline, because you already know what your coach is saying.
The Herculaneum given decent field position, which could have been much, much worse. But they'll take it first and 10 on their own 34. Tied up at 6, 4:30 to play in the first half. Here's Harper getting the handoff to the near side at the 30-yard line, cuts it up to the 40, still on his feet, to the 45, brought down just shy of the 50. First down run for Landon Harper. He's good for about 14.
They actually managed to get out here and get that left side screened off, and Harper got a good burst of speed after he got that ball to get around those first wave of defenders. Good hustle by the Madison prep player to actually chase him down from behind because there was nothing but green in front of him. They're going to chase from behind if they break through this first wave of line of scrimmage here because of the way they're playing defense.
First and 10 at the 48 for Herculaneum. 3 men in the backfield. Venable out of the gun. They bring Nelson in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Instead, they go to Harper, the first option, and he is dropped for a loss. He takes 3 yards, loss. Back the other way it goes to the 45.
12th carry tonight for Harper unofficially. I've got him for 39 yards. He has had to work for every single yard he's got tonight.
He just had one of his longest runs just a moment ago of 14.
Harper's got so many yards this year. We talk about that like he's having a rough night, but he's still averaging over 3 yards a carry.
That's not too shabby. And this Madison team, I mean, let's face it, they are really stuffing the box against him. Empty backfield as Venable's going to look at the pass. Throws to the right side. He's got a man wide open. Catch down the right side and hanging on to the football and going out of bounds after picking up the first down is number 11, Brandon Smith for Herculaneum.
Herculaneum's first completion of the night. It was good for about 8 yards, but on the tackle, he spun around and got the extra 3 so he could pick up the first down.
First and 10, Herky. They are now into Madison territory. 3:17 to play in the half. Venable hands it off. Nico Brown up the middle. He gets a carry, and he doesn't get much. He gets maybe one. Brought down at the 41.
Nico Brown is a tough, hard-nosed kid who can really drive through the ball. Then again, they had Levi Stockard standing right there waiting for him, the 6'5" defensive lineman for Madison.
He is a big guy.
Some of these smaller guys, I've seen Nico in a couple of games this season. He'll absolutely lower a shoulder and just drop two people at one time. If he gets a full head of steam with his shoulders going the right way.
Harper gets it this time, I believe, or do they go back to Nico? I think Nico was lined up again. Yep. He's able to fight his way to the 39-yard line. Picks up about 2 yards there. It's still going to be 3rd and 7. Tied up at 6 here in this one between Herculaneum and Madison.
2:16, 2:13 left here before halftime. I'm sure the coach is just trying to put some form of points on the board going into the locker room here and leave no time for Madison to do anything.
Madison will get the football to start the second half. Venable out of the gun, back to pass, looking to the right side. He's going to heave it down the right side. As a man, it's knocked away and falls incomplete. Kaufman had it there for a moment, but could not hang on. That was a dangerous throw, too.
Excellent coverage by the Madison Prep cornerback on that. They're playing out of a man-to-man. He had that pass read the whole way, and it was a floater. It was up in the air a long time. Kaufman actually came back and had to play a defensive back and jump over the player, got his hands on it, and it definitely would have gone down as the pass of the year for me that I would have seen if he would have been able to bring that down, because he would have been in the end zone if he would have been able to keep his hands on that ball.
Instead, it's 4th down. Herculaneum forced to punt. Kick is away to the near side. Takes a bounce at the 10. Rolls down to the near the goal line. Now Person's going to try to operate from there and nowhere to go. Herculaneum brings him down at the 5-yard line. So Madison will be pinned deep in their own territory with $1:36 left here in the first half.
Got the flag down. It looks like we got another illegal block in the back. L.J. Nelson out here on this gunner position on the left side. Got down there very quick. The Madison Prep made a mistake by even fielding that ball on a punt on the 1-yard line. You want to let that go into the end zone. L.J. Nelson gets blocked in the back, hits the ground, gets back up, and still makes the tackle on the 5-yard line.
Knotted up at 6 as we approach the end of the second quarter. Also watching, of course, on KJFF Web TV tonight, as well as listening on 1400 AM.
Oh, I thought for a second there they were going to leave it on the 5-yard line, but he's stepping it back right now to the 1. I was a little confused there because Madison came out and ready to snap the ball.
So Williams will have to operate out of the shotgun, standing in the end zone. Or is he going to go under center? Yeah, he is going to go under center. No, he's not. Now he goes back under center. Give is to Brown, trying to run left side. He is in trouble. He almost coughed the football up. He's brought down shy of the 5-yard line. His forward progress was stopped. Then he went backwards from there. He fights his way to the 4.
It looked like that line out there for the extra points that they have on the field kind of bit him in the right toe. And there were a couple of Herculaneum players just waiting for him, and they drove him backwards after that play.
It's going to be 2nd down and about 7 as we get a timeout called with 1:28 left. Gives us a chance to check on some of these scores from across the area. First round of district play in high school football. And we'll see where we stand here on some of these matchups from around. Fredericktown on top 14-7 at the half over Potosi on J98. J98 Web TV game. Kennett and St. Genevieve are tied at 21. Sykeston leads Farmington 41-6. Jefferson R7 trails at the half to Cuba 16-0. Mark Twain all over Crystal City 42-0. That's in the second. St. Vincent 14-8 over Barrett Academy. Valley Catholic 34-0 in the second, leading Chaffee. St. Pius 21-14 on top of Dexter. Central 43-14 over New Madrid. Cape Central 42-0 over DeSoto. Hillsboro 30-12 leading Perryville. North County and Festus are tied at 7. And Afton on top 41-0 over Windsor. Madison moves the football up the middle to not much fanfare, if you will, up to about the 8-yard line. And Herculaneum's going to burn another timeout.
I think both teams have used 2 of their timeouts now. Herculaneum clearly doesn't want Madison to get any kind of a break here. They want to keep him pinned down in this area, and I'm sure Coach Cook wants to stop him here and possibly get the ball back. That's why he's calling a timeout, because Madison has just called a timeout. He's hoping he can get the ball back with good field position and at least get 1 or 2 shots at the end zone.
Yeah, and why not? Absolutely. Afton with a 41-0 lead over Windsor. That's at the half. Vianney 19-10 leading Fox in the second. Kirkwood 35-3 over Northwest in the second. And Eureka 28-0 leading Seckman. That's in the second. So for the most part, most of the games have been one-sided around the area, although Festus and North County tied at 7. That one may be a little bit surprising. But here we go back to action here. 3rd down and about 3 for Madison. Williams under center, fakes the handoff. He's rolling to the left. He's going to try to tuck and run. Still on his feet. Great job keeping his footing. He was able to make it to the 20-yard line. Brought down at the 22.
Did we have a flag in late on this play? Nope, they're waving him up. I thought I saw a flag from the far side, Judge. Christian Jackson finally got a hold of a leg and didn't let go after a nice run there of about 12.
And that's big for Madison because they will keep the football for the remainder of the half, more than likely. Williams back to pass. He was out of that bunch formation. Now he's going to roll to the right. Throws over the middle. Picked off by Herculaneum. Christian Jackson picks it off for Herculaneum. And the Black Cats do get the football back with a little bit of time remaining.
On Madison's 40-yard line, I'm sure this is exactly what Coach Cook wanted. They were in essentially a nickel defense. They had 6 guys drop back into coverage. 2 players are right there. Christian Jackson just back there watching the quarterback. Bad throw over the middle. There wasn't a receiver anywhere near. Christian Jackson just hauls it in, tucked it away, and held on to that ball to give Herculaneum another shot.
Empty backfield for Venable. Back to pass. Now he's just going to tuck and run. We got a flag on the far sideline. Let's see about this. And it's obviously on Herculaneum because the play stopped. Illegal procedure, 5 yards back to the 45.
The last 2 weeks in a row, we've actually had illegal procedure plays where they actually allowed the play to continue. And we couldn't quite figure that out because normally illegal procedure on the offense, the play's dead.
It should be. Mm-hmm.
And they actually allowed the play to continue. We were discussing it. We couldn't figure out why they were doing that.
Empty backfield again. Venable back to pass. Now he's going to tuck and run. He's got nowhere to go. He's bottled up and sacked for a big-time loss. And the big guy, Stockard, got in there on that play.
Stockard actually pulled an NFL move. It was a swim move where he just went over the top using his 6'5" frame and went right in between the guard and the tackle. Unfortunately, Venable had no chance on that.
Venable quickly back to taking the snap. He's going to run it up the middle, looking for some room. He's got some. Now trying to make it to the far side. There he goes down the sideline. Got the first down and then rolls out of bounds inside the 30. What a run by Tim Venable for Herculaneum. I don't see any flags on the play. He went out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 13 seconds remain. It'll be 1st and 10, Herculaneum at the Madison 25.
Prior to this, Venable had 5 rushes. He was -7 yards on my stat sheet. That 30-yard run puts him up to 23. And with 9 seconds left, Herculaneum, 25-yard line. They can definitely within scoring position now.
Venable back to pass. He's looking left, and we've got whistles again.
One of the players on the right side of college, or Madison Prep, was just standing up, yelling and screaming and looking at the Herky sideline. I don't know if he was talking to his the guys who were in coverage on the receivers out here on the left side, or what was going on?
Well, the referee's coming to the near sideline. The head referee. Okay, they want to put time back on the clock. 13 seconds instead of 9.
Well, that makes sense because he went out of bounds over there.
Yeah, it was at 13, yeah.
It was about 14 when he went out, so it took a little bit of a delay there. So 13 is probably about right. I'm sure the Madison coach isn't real happy about that. He's over there. He's in the side judge's ear right now, letting him know he doesn't like that one.
Empty backfield, Venable, back to pass, looks over the middle, throws, and he gets his man in stride. It's caught, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Herculaneum. Kaufman on the reception for the Black Cats. They have the lead.
Kaufman is not his usual target. He likes to throw to Jackson and Smith. Kaufman ran a great slant route. He spread all the way to the right side of the field. He runs about 8 yards down to the field, 12 yards, and then just slants to his left at a 45 right across the middle. Good coverage by Madison College Prep. Beautiful throw by Venable right in the numbers, and the catch after run puts Herculaneum on top with 7 seconds left.
Extra point, good. 13-6. Herculaneum on top with 7 seconds to play in the half. We are back in 1 minute on KJFF.
Comtree is celebrating its 40th anniversary and want to thank you for your support. Hi, this is Tracy Wicking. We've been providing services to our friends in Jefferson County and the surrounding area since 1974. We are now a comprehensive health center providing family medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and substance abuse treatment services. We want to be your healthcare home. Check us out online at comtree.org or call us at 636-931-2700. Comtree. Health happens here.
Herculaneum once again finds the end zone. So guess what? They've got the lead 13-6, and both of their touchdowns have come after turnovers by Madison Prep.
After the last game we did for Herculaneum, Coach Cook was talking about how Tim Venable has progressed with the way he throws, but he still wasn't stepping into his throws. He stepped into that throw beautifully and hit Kaufman right in the number 83.
End-over-end kick, a short one, squib kick. Madison on the return to the 45-yard line, 2 seconds to play. So they'll have to snap it once before the half gets here.
Herculaneum just needs to be smart here, keep everything in front of them. I'm sure they'll go into that nickel defense because they expect Madison to throw if they're going to try to do something. They're just going to keep everything in front of them and make sure no penalties and just make sure that they knock the ball down is all they want to do right here and end this half.
13-6, Black Cats on top. And this will be the final play of the half. And Madison will get the football to start the third quarter when we come back from halftime. Williams takes a snap. He's going to look to throw. Time expires. He's going to tuck and run now. And he runs over a man, but he does get tripped up. Good job holding his ground. Little number 25 for Herculaneum making the stop there. Jesse Odell stopping Williams. And that'll do it for the half. Herculaneum Black Cats carry a 13-6 lead over Madison College Prep in the Class 2 District 2 first round. Herculaneum might be the number 2 seed, but Madison hanging with them. It's 13-6 as they kick off to the Bears here in the second half. It's a squib kick to the near side, fielded at the 40. Room up the middle to the 50-yard line, across the 50 to the 47. It was Williams, the quarterback, on the return.
Well,
usually you don't see a quarterback out there returning kicks, but he was one of the up men.
Yeah, it's playoff football, though. I'm sure the coach of Madison College Prep, he wants to get his best athletes on the field as much as he possibly can. And that's just a case, the young man's got good feet, and he can really go, so let's put him up there in that first line in case they try that onside kick.
So a short field for Madison Prep to start the third quarter. It's Williams out of the shotgun. Empty backfield. Takes a snap, backs up a couple steps, rolling to the right. Now he's going to run with it. He is met. He is going to be dropped for a loss at the 50. Herculaneum had a pretty good surge up front. Several of those big bodies were up there. Devin Foote, among others, to make that stop on Williams. 3-yard loss.
Great job there of getting that defensive push on the left side. That was a little more of a draw play. There wasn't much misdirection, so Herculaneum just stayed in their lanes and shut it down quite nicely.
Empty backfield again for Williams. 3 receivers to the near side, twins to the right. Throws goes over the middle. It's caught, and not enough for a first down, but a couple of yards picked up there by Brown of Madison Prep. He makes the catch at the 43. Brought down immediately.
Slat pattern across the middle. A lot of receivers duck and cover on that one and don't make that catch. Good job of pulling the ball down. Herculaneum had the coverage, though, to shut it down quick.
3rd down and about 6. Williams looks to the sideline. Gets the snap. And he's going to roll out to the right side. He's got some room. He throws, and it's short, incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Now he short hopped that one to his intended target. He was trying to get it to Brown out there on the right side.
That's something that Herculaneum didn't do in the first quarter. They weren't getting any pressure on that quarterback whatsoever, and he could just stand back there and do whatever he wanted. They've shown in the second quarter they finally figured out a way to get pressure on him. He has a hard time throwing when he's under pressure or rolling out of the pocket.
Madison is standing back at the 45-yard line to punt it away. It's a high snap. Wow, he's just able to hang on to it, and he boots it away, so he does make something out of nothing, and the ball is immediately downed inside the 25-yard line at the 23. But wow, what a high snap that was. He nearly snapped it over the punter's head.
Very athletic play by the young man to get a hold of that, bring it down, and just get that punt off. That could have been an absolute backbreaker to give the ball to Herculaneum on that 35 or 40-yard line of their own.
To thank some of our sponsors of our football coverage tonight, Ruther Ford and Herculaneum, as well as Kettle Hut's Smokehouse in Crystal City. And our season sponsors, the Lowry Law Firm in Hillsborough, the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Festus, Plaza Tire Service in Festus as well. So Herculaneum gets the ball for the first time in the second half, leading 13-6. They're on their own 23-yard line. Harper gets the handoff to the near side, and he gets bottled up and brought down for no gain.
Yeah, Levi Stockard in there again. They just don't have an answer for him yet. I'll be surprised if they don't come out with some sort of misdirection. Try to get the big man moving one way so that they can't get some screen blocking on him rather than try to block that big of a gentleman, heads up.
A little over 10 minutes left in this third quarter. We're just getting underway with the second half. The Herculaneum Blackcats lead 13-6 over Madison College Prep. Venable out of the gun. He's got 3 receivers to the left side. And he's going to give it to Harper, running left. He's got blockers out there. Now a flag is thrown as Harper gets brought down around the 27-yard line.
Looks like they're calling a hold from the side judge there. Herculaneum did a good job of staying penalty-free. They only had a couple of penalties there in the first half, 2 of them for maybe 10 yards. This is not how they want to start this one out.
It's really their first real costly penalty, as it brought down, negated a decent little run there by Harper.
What's really going to hurt about it is he actually, the hold was actually in the backfield. That really hurts because that's going to back him up to, second and about 19?
Yeah, I'd call it a 2nd and 20. Looks like they mark it at the 19, not quite at the 20-yard line. I'm sorry, on the 14. Venable hands it off to Harper. He gets slowed up in the backfield, and then help arrives as he gets brought down for a loss. Another play going the opposite direction for Herculaneum.
Madison College Prep put all 11, 9. They had 8 guys up on the line of scrimmage. And Tavon Minor, they just didn't account for him. Too many guys up there on the line of scrimmage, and he got through there clean as day and got a hold of Harper before he could even do anything. And he loses about another 6 or 7 on that play.
It's going to be 3rd down and 27. 3rd and a mile. Herculaneum has to get to the 34-yard line. Harper gets the handoff running left, and he gets hit in the backfield and dropped, and the Madison defense is fired up after stopping him there. That'll bring up 4th down.
Madison College Prep is flat out sold out. They are daring Herculaneum to throw the ball against them. They're in straight up man-to-man coverage. It doesn't matter how many receivers they put out there, and whatever's left, they're putting it between the tackles and flat out going after this Herculaneum running game.
Punt is away. Decent kick, no doubt. Person hangs on to it back at the 45-yard line. He's up to the 40, and he trips up. Nobody touched him. He just went down at the 35-yard line.
That 40-yard mark over there got him, the number 4. He had a lot of room to go. He probably could have gone another 7-8 yards before he actually got to the coverage.
Yep.
It was kind of a low-line drive kick that outran the coverage. He had more space to go. If that 4 didn't get him, that could have gotten really interesting for Herculaneum.
Yeah, he certainly got a couple of those earthworms got him.
Either way, they've got great field position to start this drive.
Yes, they do. Let's see if Madison can do anything out of it. At the 35-yard line, they trail by 7. Empty backfield for Williams. Now they bring Brown in closer, and he gets the handoff, and he gets a couple of yards up the middle before being stopped. He got maybe 2 on the play.
Nico Brown out of that middle linebacker spot. They can't do a whole lot in the middle. Nico's done a very good job of shutting down the middle between the tackles. He's the only linebacker in between the tackles here for Herculaneum, and he's doing a good job of controlling that 7 or 8 yards in the middle.
Second down and about 7. Empty backfield. Williams is going to look to throw. Now he's going to sling it near side in the flat. Couple of yards picked up down the near sideline. He goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line is the receiver number 10, DeMarco Young. He is brought down at the 16, sets up a
get it out on that screenplay. Did a good job of blocking for him so he could pick up 22 on that play.
Now Williams, direct snap. He's going to run it up the gut. He's got a couple of yards. Nico Brown, among others, there to bring him down after a couple of yards. That's just direct snap and just run it straight up the middle. 5 yards he picked up.
That's Madison's version of the old Wildcat offense where you just snap it and he just goes. It's a designed play. They're trying to catch him off guard with only 3 down linemen.
Herculaneum back to 4 linemen now. Low snap. Williams picks it up off the turf. Now he's going to tuck and run, and he is going nowhere. Big number 78 in there to make the stop for Herculaneum, Eric Bennington. He takes a loss of about 4 yards, 3rd down and 9. This is a big play for that Herky defense.
So far, they're doing a good job of containing Williams on the run. He's at minus 2 yards on 3 carries here in the second half.
He's back to pass again. Flushed out of the pocket. He's hit. He escapes. He's running to the near side. Throws. And the ball is caught down near the goal line by Young. He makes the catch right around the 2-yard line. He was down to his knees, but he caught it. And a 1st and goal for Madison. And that's a big play for Madison as Herculaneum looked like they were going to stop him in the backfield, take him down for a loss. He escaped. He found an open man. Got it to him. 1st down for the Bears.
Tough throw, too, rolling out to his left after about having his jersey pulled off.
Brown with the carry, running to the near side, trying to get to the edge. He's in. Touchdown, Madison. He just outran everybody. Herculaneum was stacked up front. He just kind of moved his way over to the edge and outran everybody to the corner of the end zone.
Both side judges threw their flags, probably illegal procedure.
Yep. It's coming back. 2nd time Madison Prep is having a touchdown called back.
After 75 yards and penalties in the first half, I'm sure the coach is trying to talk to him about a little discipline, and a lot of those are just unforced errors. Illegal procedure, you know the snap count.
Yes.
And you're still jumping off sides. That'll drive a coach nuts.
Now they're going back to a stacked backfield. 3 backs behind Williams as he's under center. They pitch it to the right side to Brown. He's trying to get to the edge. Harper's there to meet him. Slows him up, but he escapes. He's running to the near side now. There's an illegal block. Nico Brown finally brings Brown down back around the 13-yard line, but there's a big penalty. There's a big-time illegal block in the back by Madison Prep.
The big man we've been talking about, Levi Stocker, was trying to come back and help out his running back on the reverse. The big man couldn't get that helmet down far enough, put helmet to helmet right on the player on a blindside shot, defenseless player, and absolutely leveled him. You could hear the helmet to helmet all the way up here in the booth.
I'm pretty sure he popped Pennington on that play. I think it was 78 that he hit. And another big-time penalty pushes Madison Prep back.
That's a 15-yarder there. That one hurts. From the spot of the foul, they're all the way back on the 23-yard line now.
First down and 24 to go. Out of the gun, Williams looking to pass. Flushed out. Throws over the middle. Dangerous toss. It's up, and it's up for grabs, and it's caught into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Madison Prep. Caught in the end zone by Brown. Notori Brown just leaps for that one and out jumped everybody to make the catch.
That ball was in the air a long time, and there were three Herculaneum defenders converging on the ball. It almost looked like they saw each other coming, and they all kind of hesitated. Dory Brown got up there, got a hold of that ball, and just drifted backwards the 2 yards he needed into the end zone.
They're going for two. Snap to Williams, throws to the corner near side, leaping grab in the end zone. It's caught by Person, and the two-point conversion is good, and Madison College Prep takes the lead 14-13 over Herculaneum. We'll take a 1-minute break on KJFF.
The Madison Shop, with locations in Festus and Peebly, is committed to providing the residents of Jefferson County with much more than just prescription refills, like free local delivery, automatic refills, and reminders, diabetic and medical equipment, and the personal service that you deserve, just to name a few. That's the Madison Shop Pharmacies, across from the post office in Festus and on Commercial Boulevard in Peebly, caring beyond prescription.
Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto is a great place to get everything you need for any occasion in your life. From a great selection of food, including a fresh deli and bakery, to all the latest trends in clothing, electronics, housewares, hunting supplies, and more. And special occasions, Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto stocks everything that you need for birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, and more. Walmart Supercenter in DeSoto. Always a good choice. Save money, live better, Walmart.
Madison College Prep has their first lead of the night, 14-13. They lead Herculaneum, 5:34 to play in the third quarter. Bears kick off. Deep kick right down the middle, and it's going to be fielded by Brandon Smith back at the 5. He bobbled it for a moment, but now he's up the middle with it and brought down, slammed to the ground, if you will, right at the 20.
Player got in there and got him right in the ankles and upended him, sent him head over heels on that play. Looks like they're trying to get everybody separated now. That was a good run back after that bobble. It took him 2 or 3 times to try to get that ball back, picked back up. He did a good job to get up at least the 18-yard line on that play.
Ball is marked at the 19, 1st and 10, Herculaneum, trailing by a point.
Herculaneum definitely won the battle of field position in the first half so far here. Madison Prep has started on Herculaneum 47-35, and they hit pay dirt on this last one.
On another drive that was marred with penalties, but they still were able to overcome. Harper with a run up the middle. He only gets a couple across the 20 to the 21, maybe 2 yards there for Harper. He has been held in check in this game.
First half, he had 12 carries for 39 yards, and one of his longer runs was the 12-yarder to punch it into the end zone on their first touchdown play. So far, he's still in negative yardage here in the second half.
Blackcats have got to find a way to get him going, but Madison is stacking that box. Venable fakes the handoff. He's going to run himself up the middle, and not much there. He faked it to Harper. He kept up the middle, and maybe gets one.
Auton Sims Jr. twice has come down off of that left end spot, and he's a very small guy for a left end, but he's come down behind the defense and actually made 2 plays here back to back.
Third down and about 7 for Herculaneum. They're looking at another third down and fairly long. Madison Prep trying to stop the Black Cats yet again. Man brought in motion, that's Brown. Back to pass. Quick slant over the middle, and the ball is bobbled, and it looks like it's intercepted by Brown of Madison Prep. Or is it incomplete? No, they say it is an interception by Brown.
Brown actually picked it off, and he was bobbling the ball, and as he was falling down and the Herculaneum receiver was tackling him, his teammate, Travion, actually took the ball out of his hands and went to the ground. That was one of the more interesting interceptions. I guess you credit both players with a half interception.
Can you do that? I don't know.
I don't have that on my stat sheet, but that's what I'm going to have to go with. Unfortunately, Herculaneum's first pass of the night, or the second half, they get intercepted. It was a nice throw, just a great athletic play by Brown on the defense.
Williams up the middle on the keeper. Sidesteps a couple of guys, kept his feet moving. He's able to work it to the 25-yard line. He's going to pick up about 8 yards. Nothing fancy there. It's just a snap and run.
Up to that point, Herculaneum had held him to minus 2 yards here in the second half on 3 years. That puts him into positive yards. He's finally up to positive 6 now.
Empty backfield for Williams. He looks to the sideline for the play. Direct snap yet again. Williams has room up the middle, gets spun around, but he's reaching near the 10-yard line on that run, gets the first down and then some.
Solid 15-yard run. For those of you listening, that looks a lot like the old Wildcat offense. They snap it to him, and he has gone between the center and his right guard 2 times in a row, and he's picked up about 26 yards here on these last 2 plays.
Black Cats trying to find a way to slow him down. Madison has finally found something that works. But can they stop the penalties? Not right now. There's a false start. Illegal procedure against the Bears.
Third penalty on Madison in the second half here, and that's 25 yards in penalties already here in the third quarter. This game could be a lot different if they could eliminate 105 yards in penalties in 3 quarters.
The Black Cats have not been able to get anything generated offensively in this second half.
That's kind of the way high school football goes. Sometimes you're looking for those matchups, and sometimes you have a team, you may be better than a team, but you just don't match up well against them. And right now, they're just daring Herculaneum to throw the ball, and they're counting on their speed to cover it.
Meanwhile, Madison has done just enough on offense. Williams out of the gun, empty backfield, looking to pass, looking to the right, slings it, but short, well short of his intended target. So he tried to work it to number 11, Davis.
Demasio Williams has been very effective here in the second half. He's 5 for 7 passing for 42 yards and a touchdown. Herculaneum's got to get back to get pressure on him.
He also has a converted 2-point conversion on the throw to the end zone as well. He's back to pass again to the right side. This time he finds his man. Davis, though, is going to be brought down. He got slowed up by one of the Herculaneum defensive backs. I think it was Harper. And then help came and arrived to bring him down for a loss.
Harper was way off the coverage on that one. He was about 8 yards deep. He did a good job of recovering and making up that 8 yards to get a hold of that leg and keep it to a... They actually brought him down in the backfield 5 yards.
Yes, they did. 3rd and 13. Low snap. Williams picks it up quickly, throws. It's intercepted. He threw it over the head of Person, and it's picked off by Herculaneum. Number 3, Tristan Byers. That's the 3rd interception by Herculaneum.
Tristan Byers is back there playing in that free safety position. His job is just to keep everything in front of him, make sure nothing goes into that end zone and get it knocked down. The overthrow by Demasio Williams, he did exactly what he's supposed to do. Got down low, picked that one up off the grass carpet, and the best thing that could have happened to Herculaneum, he hit the ground in the end zone,
yes,
not on the half-foot line.
Touchback. So Herky does begin the drive at the 20. We've got 1:55 remaining in the third quarter. Herculaneum trailing by 1, 14-13 to Madison.
Both of Herculaneum's score in the first half came on turnovers. They had much better field position. Let's see what they can do here in the third quarter.
And not quite the same field position this time. But we'll see if they can get a long drive sustained. Hand off to Harper as he was coming on kind of the end-around route. And he just gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd down and 10.
They changed some things up. Madison College Prep did. They're doing a good job of containing Harper right now. But if Harper can get through that first wave of defenders, because that's all there is. They have no linebackers, no free safeties. There's nothing behind it. They're all within 3 yards. I've never seen this before where they don't have somebody deep. The coach of Madison College Prep must be confident in his team's defense to run anything down that does get past them.
In motion is Nelson. They give it to him running left side, trying to cut it up the middle. He'll be tracked down from behind after a short gain. Not much there for Nelson.
Good pursuit by that defensive line there. They strung him out. Looks like he picked up about 2 on that play.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 8.
They're getting really good pursuit. Herculaneum's going to have to try to get that play where their wide receivers crack down to try to seal that edge off, or which we saw them do on the touchdown run. They're not getting that seal on the edge, so their running backs can get around the corner and get their shoulders turned up the field.
We've seen Herculaneum have to operate several times in the second half already, a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and another one of these 3rd and 8s coming up right here. Venables back to pass, tries to tuck it, trying to run, but he's not going to get very far. He's able to fight his way up to the 25, but that's it. And it's going to bring up a 4th down. He just didn't have much time. He got the snap. He pump faked. He looked like he wanted to throw, and then all of a sudden that Madison defense was closing on him.
Levi Stockard, the big man for Madison, he was the first one through the line. He gets his hands in the air. Venable surely can't see anything. He just had to bring that thing down, and even though he got past the big man, there were 3 other players waiting for him on that pass. He was just back there too long.
That's going to be it for the 3rd quarter. Time expires. Madison College Prep leads 14-13 over Herculaneum.
Hi, this is Melody with the Lowry Law Firm. If you're facing criminal charges or suffering from devastating injuries, call our law office in Hillsborough or Festus. Since 1997, we've offered professional, service-oriented representation in Jefferson and surrounding counties. Our goal at the Lowry Law Firm is to put your mind at ease, and most importantly, achieve solid results. We are the Lowry Law Firm in Festus and Hillsborough. Look us up on the web at thelowrylawfirm.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Herculaneum's punt is out of bounds on 4th down and 5. They have to get rid of it, and it's out of bounds at the 44-yard line of Madison. So decent field position again for the Bears to start this next drive. They lead by 1 over Herculaneum, 14-13.
This is actually their worst starting position of the second half, and that's still on the 44-yard line.
Yeah, it's still near midfield.
Yeah, exactly. They're definitely winning the battle of field position here in the second half, where Herculaneum got the better of it in the first half on the interceptions and the turnovers. They did a good job of capitalizing on those. See if Herculaneum can hold Madison here on this and try to get some decent field position out of it for themselves.
Yeah, they got to get a stop here because they have just got to get the ball back as many times as possible, because this Herculaneum offense has really gone south in the second half. I formation for Madison. I haven't seen much of this in the second half. They give it to the second man through. That's Brown up the middle, off left tackle, I should say. He's reaching near the 50-yard line before being stopped. They mark him down at the 49, a pickup of 5 yards.
Second carry of the night for Notori Brown, pick up 5 yards, 7 yards total for him. Looks like we got a player down. Is that Brown who's down after that tackle?
I think so. Looks like he hurt his leg.
Realistically, for Herculaneum, the one problem they've had that they haven't quite been able to solve tonight is the biggest player on the field, Levi Stockard. Madison County College Prep is not a big team with the exception of one player, Levi Stockard, at about 6'5". They just don't seem to have an answer for him tonight.
Yeah. He's certainly been throwing his weight around. And it's not like he's a real big guy in terms of a lot of weight behind him, but he's just so tall. He's got so much leverage. Well, they continue to look at Notori Brown.
Looks like they're looking at his left knee or ankle.
Left leg for sure. Both teams will huddle on near their sidelines.
And Troy Brown's a very athletic young man. Herculaneum has done a good job of really stacking things up between the tackles when they've tried to hand the ball off to their running backs, and he's had to bounce everything outside that he's got. The only person that's had any success at all is the quarterback, Demasio Williams, and he's just really picking that spot when he sees a gap in that. When Herculaneum goes back to that 3-down lineman, that's when Demasio will take the snap directly and just take off out of that, in between that guard and tackle spot.
Got a couple of pretty good games brewing around the area. Potosi trailing to Fredericktown 20-13. Potosi handled Fredericktown easily in the regular season, but Fredericktown has the lead in that one on J98 20-13. Kennett 35-21 leading St. Genevieve. That one maybe is a little bit surprising. Brown is helped to his feet. He will limp off the field under his own power. Sykeston leading Farmington 48-14. Cardinal Ritter beats Grandview 62-0 tonight. The top seed Ritter advances, winning handily over Grandview tonight. Cuba leads Jefferson R7 22-0. That's the other game in this district.
It looks like they might just be rubbing his calves down for cramps the way they're handling him coming
Well,
out.
if that's the case, that's a good sign. For Madison, it is for sure. They have to mix it up in the backfield right now. Long snap count here. And finally, it's given to the second back through. The fullback from earlier in the game, Antoine Sims, gets the carry that time. And he picks up a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3. He was tackled at the 49 of Herculaneum.
Gavin Richards got some decent penetration there to get a hold of him and slow him down so his teammates could get in there and get their hands on him.
Herculaneum needs a stop right here. They need to get some momentum back in their favor. Williams under center. Gets the snap. And the give again is to Sims. This time he fights his way forward. Gets just enough for the first and then an extra yard on top of it.
Antoine Sims is not a big guy. Did an excellent job there of continuing to drive those legs after the initial contact. Herculaneum got a hold of him 3 or 4 yards in the backfield. He just kept driving, just got enough to get that first down.
1st and 10, Madison at the Herculaneum 45.
Destinations in over 150
High formation Bears.
Our One World partners. One more win. We're going for gold on America.
Williams just going to lunge forward, and he gets a couple of yards. Looks like he gets to close to the 43.
It looks like they're giving him about 3 on that drop there. Unusual play on first down. Try that quarterback sneak because they did the 4-down lineman, and they showed 2 linebackers coming at him there. Herculaneum definitely had the right defense called on that play.
If nothing else, it seems like Madison just wants to keep Herky guessing a little bit. Got a new player warming up right now for Herculaneum, Matt Lodike. They might want his arm out there to throw.
Madison's daring them to do it.
Yeah. Timeout called by Madison. They have to burn a timeout as it's 2nd down and about 8. .9:37 remaining in this football game as Herculaneum trails by 1. As we mentioned, Matt Lodike is warming up for Herculaneum, the backup quarterback. They might be bringing it into the game because they might like his arm maybe a little bit better, and knowing that Herky's only chance might be throwing the football.
I'm watching him throw. He's slinging 25-yarders pretty easily. Question is, with the speed that Madison College Prep has, can one of their receivers get open? We saw Kaufman do it in the first half on a slant pattern, and he did a good job on that, and he screened the player off very well. Venable did a great job of hitting in the numbers on that play. I wonder if Lodike doesn't have a little bit stronger arm possibly, and they're going to try to take advantage of Madison College Prep just daring them to throw the ball.
Lodike has not had many chances to throw this season, being the backup quarterback. He is 3 out of 5 throwing the football for 69 yards. No touchdowns, no picks.
2nd and 8.
The thing you got to remember here, though, I mean, Herky's defense has got to make a stop.
Absolutely.
Loaded backfield for the Bears, and room up the middle. Look at the hole, and look at him keep going. Sims rumbles inside the 30-yard line. Finally rolls down at the 27. First down run for Sims of Madison, and he nearly broke it.
The free safety had to step up, Tristan Byers, and stop that. Otherwise, it's 6 from 40 yards out. Antoine Sims has done a great job of stepping in for the injured Brown.
Loaded backfield still, crowded backfield. Sims gets the handoff. This time he stutter steps a little bit, and that allows Herculaneum to converge on him pretty quickly, bring him down for a short gain. Maybe a yard. 2nd and 9.
Garrett Cosman got some decent penetration into the backfield, kind of bottled things up, got a hold of a leg so the rest of the Herculaneum defenders could get in there and shut that down for a gain of 1.
Madison Prep leads 14-13 over Herculaneum in the 4th quarter. Sims again gets the carry. Big time stop by Herculaneum. Great open field tackle by 65 Garrett Cosma.
2 plays in a row by Cosma to hold them to 2 yards each. 1 yard on those 2 runs. Cosma's stepping it up. Now somebody else has got to get in there and knock that ball loose for Herculaneum, get that offense back on the field.
It's about 3rd down and 8. Herculaneum stacking that box as they go back to that 3-back formation. This time faking is Williams. He's trying to run to the near side. He gets stopped. He is going to be gang tackled by several Herculaneum defenders. Leading the charge was number 55, Frank Maxwell.
Frank Maxwell got in there to level him and finish off that play. Good, clean, hard hit. Landon Harper and one of his teammates absolutely exploded into that backfield. I think they were on a blitz that just absolutely blew that play up, and Demasio Williams had to turn that back to the inside where Herculaneum could really put a hurt on that one.
So it brings up 4th down and about 13. He lost about 5 yards on that play.
They've done a good job of keeping Demasio Williams in check on the running side of things. He's got 7 carries for only 19 yards. He did have the one big 20-yard run.
Now we got a delay of game against Madison. That's going to push him back to the 35-yard line.
They've done a better job of cleaning up the penalties here in the second half. They only have 4 for 30 yards in the second half.
Are they going to try to go for it here or pin Herculaneum deep? It doesn't look like it's the kicking squad that's coming out there. 52 is their punter.
4th and 17. They're on the other team's 35-yard line. It's probably not a bad idea to go for it here because at this point, Herculaneum hasn't had much success offensively.
And a pass play down the right sideline it goes. It's knocked away, incomplete. They ran a little trickery and a different guy lined up in the backfield to throw the football. That was number 15 who threw the ball that time. That's Darius Ball. It's an incomplete pass. Herculaneum takes over at their own 35-yard line. With 7:28 to play, Herculaneum trails by a point.
Very, very smart play. Herculaneum was ready for that. They had 2 men covering the receiver who was the only one out in the pattern. Both players knocked the ball down, which puts them right back up at the 35-yard line instead of back on the 15 where they would have had if they would have intercepted the ball.
And here comes Matt Lodike into the game, the backup quarterback for Herculaneum. He's got an empty backfield. He's going to try to pick this team apart, and there's nearly an intercepted ball. Blocked away. Herculaneum did not get very good protection there for Lodike as they had a surge up front, and they knocked the pass down, incomplete.
That was Stockard again. He put that swim move on again and got those long arms up in the air and just knocked that ball right back at Lodike.
He looked like a center swatting the ball away in basketball. Lodike looking to pass. He's rolling to the near side. Now stops, goes back to the right. Throws downfield, incomplete. He short-hopped his intended receiver. He was trying to get it to Harper. Incomplete near the 50-yard line, and now it's 3rd down and 10. So far, not good for Herculaneum running their offense.
Madison College Prep is getting too many guys into the backfield. I know Lodike just came into the game, and he needs to get that ball out to a receiver a little quicker than that.
No doubt.
Because they're going to have a hard time blocking because they're still putting 8 guys in the box. They're pushing 8 guys at Lodike.
They're just relying on that one-on-one coverage. Lodike back to pass, looking. Now he's going to step up and run. Running to the near side. Heaves it to the sideline. Kaufman, a leaping grab on the sideline near side. It is caught. Kaufman with a big catch there on a 3rd and long at the 47-yard line of Madison Prep. First down, they move the chains.
Lodike running around back there with all kinds of pressure, doing his best impersonation of Fran Tarkington here in Crystal City, Missouri. He gets a little green space, doesn't cross the line of scrimmage, and waves his receiver down the field, floats one out there. Matt Kaufman goes up as he's backpedaling, pulls the ball down right on the sideline, and gets the first down and keeps the chains moving for Herculaneum.
It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. 1st and 10, Herculaneum at the 48 of Madison Prep. Lodike back to pass again. Throws over the middle. Kaufman again had it. He drops the ball, but there is a flag.
That was the exact same play, only from the left side this time that they scored on in the first half. He runs a 7-yard, and then he slants at a 45-degree, which makes it very difficult for the receiver to jump that pattern without pass interference. This time, the defender just reached out and grabbed his leg as he was trying to jump and bring that ball in. If he doesn't do that, there is a lot of green space. That could have been a great catch and run for Kaufman and Herculaneum on that play.
Pass interference call gives it to Herculaneum at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. So they are getting closer, knocking on the door. Hardly any time has come off the clock, 7:04. Again, it's Lodike out of the gun with Harper in the backfield. They bring Brown in motion and a bad snap. Lodike is able to pounce on it back at the 42. Make it the 43-yard line. Big time loss. Bad snap to Lodike. He may not have seen it coming. Either way, that ball was off to the side.
I doubt that they're going on a silent snap count, but he is raising the leg, which either means snap the ball or they want the guy to go in motion. That time he was looking over his receivers, barking out orders, and the snap came at him.
Lodike looking to pass again, looks to the near side. He's hit from behind. Down he goes. In his own territory, too. He was going to lose some big-time yards there.
Demasio Williams got through on that left side. Lodike was rolling out to his left, never saw him coming, and absolutely got leveled from behind on that play and lost about another 15.
Getting hit by the blind side. Ball is back at the 47-yard line of Herculaneum. They have got a long ways to go. 3rd down and a mile. 31 yards, I believe it is. Lodike back to throw. Over the middle it comes, and it's picked off, intercepted by Madison Prep. At the 32-yard line, it is intercepted by number 1, Travion.
That play there is probably not a bad idea, as long as he's got the time, which he hasn't had, to really heave the ball down the field. If nothing else, it's going to act like a punt, too. At least he got them back to their own 32-yard line, to their worst starting field position of the second half.
Yep, good point. Madison takes over. And back into the game is their tailback, Natari Brown. And they give the ball right to him. He's running to the near side. Apparently the cramp is loosened up for him, but he is going to be gobbled up at the 32-yard line. No gain as Herculaneum brought him down on the right side.
Antoine Sims has been the only runner from Madison that's been able to get any kind of yardage whatsoever. Herculaneum's done a pretty good job keeping Williams and Brown both in check here in the second half, running the ball.
And Williams has had a couple of good runs, but he's also had some that didn't go anywhere.
His first 3 runs, he was in negative yardage. He just had the one, about 27 yards that he broke out that actually put him into positive yardage.
I formation for Madison. Williams takes the snap, gives to Brown running left. Trying to cut back up the middle. Herculaneum stands him up at the 35, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Give him about 2 on that play. Good job by the Herculaneum defense. The end got out there and would not let him get around the edge. He sealed that off and forced him back into the inside, right into the pursuit of Herculaneum, where 3 players were waiting for him to hold him to a 2-yard gain. They got about 3rd and 7. Herculaneum really needs a stop here.
3rd down and about 7. High formation behind Williams. Takes the snap. Give is to Brown, running left. Herculaneum again. He lost the football. It's fumbled. Picked up by Herculaneum. Running down the right sideline. It's pay dirt for Herculaneum. A defensive score for the Black Cats. Brandon Smith with the fumble return for Herculaneum.
We were just talking about Herculaneum needing to get a stop. This is like just out of the replacements. Go get me the ball. Go get me the ball. He went and got the ball. Nico Brown and the outside linebacker got a hold of him. And once they had him stood up, a 2nd and a 3rd man in, came in, popped the ball loose, and then held on to the runner. Next thing you know, Brandon Smith picks it up. One player has a shot at him, gets a hold of him. He breaks the tackle. There's the weight room chaining, and then outruns everybody to the end zone to put Herculaneum on top.
A fumble returned by the Black Cats gives them the lead with 4:13 to play.
Madison College Prep was trying to play Herculaneum football and run the ball and eat up the clock, and it just bit them on that play.
And they are going to go for 2. Venable going to run it himself. Nowhere to go. He got popped. Nowhere to go for Venable. The 2-point conversion, no good, but Herculaneum leads 19-14 with 4:13 to play in the game. We'll take a 1-minute break on KJFF.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the people of Missouri. We're for kayakers, car dealers, grocery baggers, and mail carriers. We're for teachers, preachers, students, and singers. Armed service members, you bet we're for you. We're for people who shake your hand and say hello, not because they know you, but because they don't. We're for brewmasters, stockbrokers, beauty queens, and truck drivers. And don't worry, we're still for farmers too. Whatever you do, if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
See Alan Depew, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent in Crystal City. If you're in Jefferson County, Alan's got you covered.
Hi, this is Ken Waller, your Jefferson County executive. On November 4th, please help me continue to make Jefferson County work for you. I've balanced our budget every year. I've lowered the county property tax rate. I've doubled our county's reserves in just over 3 years, and I've increased funding for our first responders. It would be an honor and a privilege to once again serve as your county executive. I ask you to cast your vote November 4th so I can take the first step in continuing to deliver results for our county.
Paid for by citizens to elect Waller. Flo Penrod, Treasurer.
Herculaneum kicking off to Madison Prep, and the kick to the far side will be fielded near the 20, dropped there, picked back up by the return man, and he's looking for room, and he spins away. He's got some room now. To midfield he goes, and he's pushed out of bounds, close to the 50-yard line. What a return by Young. A lot of over pursuit perhaps there for the Herculaneum defenders.
It does happen. It was a short kick. It was only down about the 20-25-yard line. And that does happen sometimes when a player drops the ball like that. All these players on the kickoff team see ball and go straight at it, and they break their coverage down, and they don't stay in their lanes. If he can get around that first wave, this is what happens sometimes. 25, 30-yard return to put them right back in really good field position. They're starting out on the 46-yard line again.
So great field position, like you said, for Madison. With 4:03 to play, they trail by 5. Herculaneum has forced 4 turnovers on Madison Prep. They have scored on 3 of those. Handoff to the near side. No room there. Finally, the quarterback is down. We got a flag out there as well.
Devin Foote got out there, got a hold of that jersey, and absolutely was not letting go. He held on to him until 3 or 4 more players finally got there, and no flag?
No flag. But that was Williams taking a 2-yard loss there. And Devin Foote just would not let go of him.
There's that weight room, strength training, holding on to that jersey and not letting go.
Williams throws over the middle. A tip pass falls incomplete. Off the fingertips of the intended target. Thrown a little bit high by Williams. It brings up 3rd down.
I think that was Maxwell. No, 59. I would love to give him credit for that.
That is Labriere.
Oh, Labriere, that's right. He's up here. 59, he changed numbers. Good job by Labriere. That ball almost got over. He just got that right fingertip on it enough, just enough to read and direct it.
3rd down and 12. Out of the gun is Williams. Low snap, but he has it. Throw is incomplete. Over the head of the target. He was intending to try to hit number 2 on a slant pattern. Minor. Over his head, incomplete, brings up 4th down. 3:18 to play. The clock stops. Herculaneum on top, 19-14.
Sawyer Wilfone did this in the second quarter. He really started getting pressure from this left end spot. He was unaccounted for. He can see him coming out of the corner of his eye, and it's really paying dividends for Herculaneum right now.
Williams on 4th down, looking to throw. He gets hit as he throws, heaves it downfield, and it's caught. Caught by Madison. He had to wait for it, but he has it. He's got a 1st down, and he is finally brought down at the 17-yard line by Jackson.
Christian Jackson doesn't make that play right there. They are back on the board. That was a little bit of a blown coverage. They let him go after about a 20-yard play, and he just got that completion in. Even if the receiver had made a play on that ball, they probably would have called pass interference because he never looked back for the ball. He was trying to recover from missing the coverage on that one.
That's a huge 4th down conversion. Keeps this drive alive for Madison. Williams up the middle on the keeper for a couple of yards to the 13-yard line. 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7. Clock counting and running with 2:40 to play. Williams again keeps it. This time he has stood up at the line of scrimmage. Nico Brown finishes him off after he was slowed up by Maxwell.
Maxwell got in there and got a hold of it just enough jersey that Nico Brown could come in and lay the boom on him and back him up.
Check that. It was Cosma 65 who slowed him up for Brown to come in. And a little over 2 minutes left. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5. Williams will be under center. Now he goes back to the shotgun with Brown. He's looking to pass. Throws over the middle. It's intercepted. Taken away by Nico Brown. Brown to midfield to the 30, the 40, 50-yard line being brought down. No, yes. Finally he goes down. Just shy of the 30-yard line. Nico Brown with the pick and big return for Herculaneum.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching this senior leader and captain on this team and their leading tackler step up and act the way a senior should and one of the top guys on your team. 2nd interception of the night. Herculaneum absolutely needs a play. Good pressure on the quarterback. Nico Brown reads his eyes the whole way and picks that off on the 3-yard line, takes it all the way back, almost got a horse collar tackle on it. If he breaks that, it's a pick 6. That would have been my 2nd pick 6 in 2 weeks. Great job by Nico Brown to come out here and put this game real close to being on ice for Herculaneum.
Now they just want to run out the clock with 1:46 left. Handoff goes to Harper, and he gets hit in the backfield. Minimal gain as he got hit low. Stumbles forward, back basically to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
They had a guard pulling on that play, but the timing was off on the play. I don't know if Harper wasn't far enough in the backfield. He actually ran into the pulling guard that was coming out to lead block for him. Now, who called the timeout on that? Was that Madison?
That was Madison.
Is that their 3rd timeout here the second half?
It might be. At least their 2nd.
That would be an unusual timeout because with 1:37 left, if that's their 3rd timeout, they have none left here in the second half. Essentially, Herculaneum, if they just need to hold on to the ball.
That is essentially what they have to do. But the defense has come up with some big plays for the Black Cats. 4 turnovers forced by this Herculaneum defense. 3 of them have led to touchdowns. In fact, all 3 of Herculaneum's touchdowns in this game have come off those turnovers, including a fumble 6 and nearly a pick 6 just a moment ago.
2 interceptions in both halves. 3 of them led to points for Herculaneum. That's what you're supposed to do. That's just a great job by Herculaneum to step up and make them pay for those mistakes.
Minute 37 left. Venable will operate out of the gun. He'll bring Harper in motion. And movement by Nico Brown before the snap, and that draws the flag. He's out of that fullback position. False start against Herculaneum.
I'm sure the coaching staff isn't real happy about that, but they're not going to say too much about him after that pickoff right here that got him into this position in the first place. The only thing bad that it really does is it stops the clock.
Yeah. 19-14, Herculaneum on top. Trying to hold off Madison Prep. We're now joined on all 3 radio stations here on our regional radio as the direct snap goes to Venable, the quarterback, and he is able to get a few yards off left tackle. Brought down just shy of the 35-yard line.
I think he picked up about 2 on that play. Puts him for about 9 on his 3rd carry. But as soon as he carried that ball, the coaching staff was yelling at him. They want both hands on that football. He only had one arm on that football when he tried to cut back. Because you know Madison College Prep, every kid.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that timeout was about. Knock the ball loose.
Down to a minute remaining on 3rd down and 13. I think Madison Prep is out of timeouts. They are out of timeouts. Snap to Venable. He's going to give to Harper. Up the middle he goes for a couple of yards. He'll reach the 32-yard line. And Madison is going to burn their final timeout. I thought maybe they had one more, and they did, and they used it now as it's going to be 4th down coming up with 41 seconds left.
Be interested to see what Herculaneum wants to do here. Do they want to run it? Do they want to send their punter out there and just try to pin them way back deep? Just kick it out of the back of the end zone and try to make them go 80 yards? This is going to be real curious football here because all Herculaneum had to do is get 1 first down.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they had the illegal procedure penalty that stopped the clock.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurt them right there.
So it's going to be 4th down and 10. And what are they going to decide to do? Coach Cook has his team huddled up here on the near sideline as they are talking this one out on what they want to do on 4th down and 10, leading by 5. And essentially not wanting to give the ball back to Madison, but they're going to have to in some way, shape, or form. But the good news is they are deep into Madison territory. They are going to run some offense as Venable is out there in the gun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's got Harper in the backfield along with him. Harper gets the handoff, running to the right side, trying to follow blockers. He is hit at the 34-yard line and brought down there. So it does take some time off the clock, but Herculaneum will turn it over on downs back to Madison with 37 seconds left.
They had the double team block out there. They had lead blockers for him. Antoine Sims actually ducked down underneath of the blockers and split them to get up and make that play on Harper and bring him down after a pickup of only 2.
Herculaneum came in with a record of 6-3. Madison Prep 2-6, but as we mentioned, a pretty good schedule Madison has played.
Herculaneum's got 4 safeties out there right now. They're going to keep everything in front of them with 37 seconds and just knock it down.
It's a prevent defense. And an empty backfield for Madison as Williams is out of the gun. Back to pass, looks across the middle, heaves it, overshoots his target, intercepted by Kaufman. Taken back by Herculaneum. Kaufman picks it off, and that is pretty much going to seal the deal for Herculaneum to advance.
Kaufman just kept moving backwards, looking towards the quarterback. It was almost like he knew what they were throwing. He threw to the second receiver in from this sideline. It was overthrown. Kaufman back there just picks it off, hits the ground, and ices the game for Herculaneum.
Herky can just line it up in the victory formation and take a knee, and that would pretty much be it for this one. What an effort by both teams in this one, but it is the defenses that come up with the big plays tonight, and Herky forced many turnovers on Madison, and that's the difference.
You look at these two teams coming in, 2-6 versus 6-3. You think this is probably no contest. This is the 2 seed playing the 7 seed in the district. You think Herculaneum should walk away with this. But it's high school football. 1 or 2 matchups can make all the difference in this world, and this turned out to be a really good football game.
Black Cats win it by a score of 19-14 as the final seconds tick off after they take the knee. The Black Cats got everything they wanted from Madison Prep, but they win it. They advance on to face either Carnahan or Cleveland in the semifinals next week. 19-14, the turnovers, 5 turnovers by Madison Prep in this ball game, all leading to touchdowns for Herculaneum, as they are, not all of them, but certainly all 3 touchdowns by Herculaneum were scored off their defense.
They had about 130 yards in penalties on about 16 different flags tonight. If Madison could correct that situation, they would be a very, very tough team to beat. They hurt themselves a lot. A ton of illegal procedure calls, blocks in the back, discipline-type fouls. If they can correct those things, this team is going to be a tough contender to deal with here in the future.